Coming up this week on Strip Down, you don't want to miss it. Finally, Strip Down's first ever Regina act. That's right, coming all the way from the Queen City, Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe. Coming up this week on Strip Down, you don't want to miss it. Finally, Strip Down's first ever Regina act. That's right, coming all the way from the Queen City, Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe. Tonight on Strip Down, Jay Sempko, Josh Palmer,
what are you doing?
Teresa Sokerka.
You, me, Robert Palmer.
Are we still on the air?
You are watching Stripped Down, Saskatchewan's only one-hour local music showcase, the show that brings the venue to you in the comfort of your own living room. I'm your host, Curtis Anderson, and tonight we're breaking new ground on Stripped Down. We've had acts from Saskatoon and over small town Saskatchewan. However, we have never had anyone from our Queen City until tonight, driving through the rain and the ice just to get here. Ladies and gentlemen, Regina's own Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe.
She blew by the number one. She was driving a bright red Camaro. It was a 68, long blonde hair blown out the window. Well, won't you save me, 'cause I'm going way too damn fast. I went as fast as I could go. Soon those taillights, they disappeared. I hit into high gear, 'cause I don't look like that much around here. Well, won't you save me, 'cause I'm going way too damn fast. I caught her moose and I could see that ring on her hand. Sometimes I look back and I'll never understand. Won't you save me, 'cause I'm going way too damn fast. Yes, I am. Don't you stop me now. Here I come.
Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe. Well, Matt, that was more rocking than I expected. If you need to stand up and do your thing, go right ahead.
Beyond
no
the head.
rules here on Strip Down. How are you guys doing?
Really good, thanks.
First thing I want to know, who drove?
I drove.
Chad.
Yeah.
How are the highways right now today? A little icy?
We were
misty?
concerned about icy. I don't know if it was ice. We kind of went too fast. We were melting it on the way up. It was fog. Yeah, it was fog. Like you were like kind of going up speed and then slowing down for the fog because you didn't know what truck was in front of you. It got pretty thick. And then be bright sunshine and back into the fog and the rain. But it's pouring in Regina. So.
But you sped here regardless.
Yeah, we sped here
Great
regardless, and we
message to the
got
kids
here
watching
like
Strip Down.
right on time. Yeah, exactly. When you're late, hit
Just-
the gas. Yeah.
It'll all be okay.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, thank you so much for coming down.
Hey, yeah.
Honestly, I was checking the cell every 5 minutes going,
Oh.
they're going to cancel. There's no way they're making the drive. But that excited to be on Strip Down.
Yeah, very extremely.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Talk about yourselves, you guys. Matt, throw it over to you right away. That was crazy. I've never seen somebody rock out that hard sitting down on an electric guitar. Again, if you need to stand up and walk around when you're playing, go right ahead.
Yeah, well, I've been working on this record here, sitting in a chair in front of an amp, so I'm getting used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you guys fall under the Chad Kichula banner, right? That's
Yes.
kind of the
Yep.
band name.
Yep,
And you are
that's right.
2 out of the 5 members.
Yep, that's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Where are the
There's,
other 3? Just didn't show
Nat
up, didn't
Bowen
wanna-
on drums and Suzanne she's gonna kill me. Suzanne Perovsky on violin and Philip Legrand on.
Yeah, but you guys work together, right?
Yeah, we do, and actually a drummer does too. Yeah, I
Okay.
own a tree company in Regina, and we do tree removal and tree pruning. And Matt's one of the ground guys there, throwing big stuff through the chipper. He's the big grizzly bear on the ground there, throwing the stuff through.
We will talk more about the full band a little later, but why the decision to just bring Matt tonight? Was that my doing? I always push the whole stripped down.
It's stripped
aspect.
down, so I figured that means no drums. And I was thinking, well, bass or guitar, and then Matt's just played all over the place. Like it's just Matt's a very solid player. Not that anybody else in the band isn't, but Matt's a good guy. Yeah.
How much adjusting did you have to do for the music tonight?
For this,
Yeah.
nothing.
Nothing,
Like we've
really?
been playing, we've been sitting down and jamming and playing, and Matt used to teach me guitar even, so we've been in this this format for a while.
So when it is full band, you're still on acoustic?
Yeah,
He's on
I
electric?
actually sold off my I don't know, a couple months ago or what
Okay.
happened, and I bought this one, so I have 2 acoustics now. No sense of picking up electric when you got this guy around.
So the other 3 members, drums, bass, and
Violin.
violin. Yeah, you went
Yeah.
there. Cool.
Yeah, it's
That's kind of a
sounding
unique
band.
sound, yeah.
It is. It's a unique sound, yeah. Yeah, and Suzanne plays with the symphony and on the violin, and so it really adds a different flavor to things, yeah.
Accomplished musicians then.
Very, yeah. I'm the least talented of the group.
That's okay. I'm the least talented here at Shaw, too, so that's why I feel so good doing this show. From Regina, the Queen City, the first act, stripped down. Not a lot of love from the musicians in Regina. I don't know what's going on. Everybody got that Sask music thing. We had immediate response from Crake, Oxbow, PA, Swift, Current. You guys.
I don't know. I think there must be a wall somewhere that no one sees.
I don't know.
Because between Regina and Saskatoon, even gigging back and forth,
Really?
like trying to get a gig in Saskatoon takes quite a bit of work, and I'm sure it's the same way, like coming from Saskatoon to get gigs in Regina. And I don't know why Regina you can get, if you know the venues, you can find the gigs. But Saskatoon, it takes a little bit of work. But that's just booking shows anywhere, really. Like it takes persistence and constant email barrages to get a gig. Yeah. It's even Regina. It took me 6 months to get a reply from somebody off their MySpace because they just don't check their messages.
I think that has something to do with that weird Regina-Saskatoon rivalry that's always going on.
I
You guys not a big
I think
fan
it's
of
because we got the
Saskatoon, right?
riders,
Well, I mean, there's that.
which
the Riders,
which we can have them now, right? So
the IMAX, the Science Center, Scarth Street. I'm a huge fan of Scarth Street.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time in
Scarce Street's
Regina.
pretty cool.
Apparently they're branching that out or something. Someone was telling me.
I'm
They
seeing
haven't heard
it.
about that.
don't know.
Okay.
No.
They-
For
well,
those
they've
people
renovated
that
it.
don't know Scarth Street, it's this like cobblestone road in front of the major mall that you can't drive down. You can only walk down. It's full of cool little shops and like buskers. And
Yeah, and just down the
don't have
street,
that
so
here.
Hanlon's, which is one of the coolest places to play. Yeah.
Imagine if you couldn't walk down Broadway here in Saskatoon. That's kind of what it's like, only smaller. Sorry, you said
Very
there's a cool venue to play there?
Well, O'Hanlon's is very cool down the block there. Yeah, like that's where, as indie bands, like you're gonna have pretty good Friday nights jams there, or not jams, bands there. Yeah.
Cool. And Mega Munch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Mega Munch.
I saw him when I was 13. I don't know.
Yeah,
Gets these 65 million years, he'd still be around. Yeah.
you'd think so. Mega Munch is a giant robotic dinosaur in one of the museums. So, but you've had some success booking gigs in Saskatoon?
Yeah, we're playing
Yeah.
in playing Lydia's on the 23rd. It's a Sunday. Yeah, yeah. So.
And in
I
the
see-
past? Is this your first taste?
Pretty much. I played
Really?
like Taste of Saskatchewan a long time ago. Yeah, but no, it's their first like indoor gig. Yeah, yeah. It took
indoor
a long
gig.
time. It took a well. Taste of Saskatchewan's
Yeah.
that outside one. So Lydia's, I had worked on them for years to get a
Really?
gig there. So yeah, they gave me a Sunday, so we'll be coming up. Yeah.
Well, we'll go through the whole evolution of the band, how you guys got together and everything.
Sure.
But what's the current state of the band right now? How are things?
Recording and playing shows. We're recording our first full length since 2005. Released a couple of EPs actually in the last year and a half, and now doing a full length. Yeah, yeah. So
Locally, one of the things that always plagues the bands is time. And these are, a lot of young kids that are always telling me the same story. They're in their 20, 21, 22, and they're having a hard time getting together and practicing all the time. What's it like being, adults? Like you guys both have kids.
Yeah.
What's her name? Her name
Scheduling.
plays in the symphony, you said.
yeah,
How hard is it to get together and
It's
actually
about
practice?
scheduling, but you find a time like Sundays 1:30 usually works. But I play basketball on Sundays too, so things get moved around. But it's you just find the times that usually work. So usually Sunday 1:30, but we don't rehearse if we don't have anything going on. So we don't we're easing other projects, and I've got kids and stuff like that. So it's just when we got things on the yeah.
Yeah, you got a pretty big side project. You're in another band as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
The Nancy Ray Guns.
Nancy Ray Guns.
Yeah, and we've played Saskatoon.
Many times.
Yeah, probably about 10. Is that many or six
Sure.
to 10? I
How-
really can't remember how many times we've actually played here over the 8 years.
How would the
we've been a group.
Nancy Ray Guns do on Strip Down? What kind of band is the Nancy Ray Guns?
Yeah, we started out. We started out with really two identities. Like we've kind of evolved into this funk band. We started out as a funk band, playing original funk in clubs, and we started out with hand drums and acoustic guitars, doing another thing. And the for definitely for touring, from here to BC to Ontario, the keeping things danceable is generally works a little bit better with than the acoustic guitars. But yeah, we write songs like that. We play with acoustic guitars like this. We don't with Chad's group as well. It's nice to do rehearsals when you're not at club volume all the time.
Right.
Relying on that for your energy.
Well, I'm going to talk albums. We're going to talk about how you guys got together, the whole 9 yards. But I want to hear another song. First things first, though. What was the first song we heard?
That was Too Damn Fast.
Okay,
Yeah,
and that
that's
was
gonna be
from,
on the new. This could be on the new album. Yeah, we're just
Okay.
recording it right now. Yeah.
Too Damn Fast is about.
It's a highway song. Just,
Yeah.
It just,
Did you
just
write
a
it on
car
the way
song.
here?
No, it's just a riff that started a long time ago and then just worked out to being a driving song. It just sounded like something going down the highway and something fast. So it
Okay.
more or less spilled itself out onto the floor as I wrote it. Yeah.
Are you going to
Yeah.
focus on the new stuff, or are you playing the Spectrum tonight?
Well,
You gonna do a Nancy Ray Gun cover?
no.
Different show altogether?
No, I couldn't sing any Nancy Reagan stuff. This voice doesn't go there. No, it's a lot of it from the new album.
Cool.
Play a couple of that I released in August, and we had some airplay in the States on that. And then at the end of the show, we'll play Never Seen the Ocean, which I got like 300 plays
Nice.
a week in the,
So
in
that's
the US.
that's what we're teasing the viewers with. That's the
Yeah.
one to stay tuned for. Set the VCR.
Yeah,
the old
sure,
top
yeah.
loading beta.
Yep.
Okay. Again, I'm so excited you guys are from Regina. I've been
cool.
waiting for this show for 25 shows now to get an act from Regina. So you
there
guys
you
have
go.
to be stripped down ambassadors. Go back and say good things.
Will
I
do.
know it's a little early, but
yeah.
as long as the wheels don't
If
come
the next so many
completely
minutes
off.
go by, yeah, sure.
All right, let's get to song number 2.
Okay.
What do you have?
Yeah, Crying in the Rain.
Crying in the Rain?
Yeah.
Let's do it up.
This morning the clouds hanging heavy in the sky from their bodies began to fly, and off the east trickled down the window pane, slowly washed street clean to the drain. Tell me, do you feel the hurt? Tell me, do you feel the pain when nobody sees you crying in the rain? So you decide to go and take a stroll and hope to easy troubled soul. The world felt so dark, felt so dark and still. The rain soaked you, your eyes began to fill. Tell me, do you feel the hurt? Tell me, do you feel the pain? When nobody sees you crying in the rain, can't seem to get her off your mind. Says herself that she had to find. It's all your fault that she walked out that door. Now sit by the window, just watch it pour. Hell, the rain is letting up, so you best hurry home. Face another day alone. I hope someday you can hold your head up high, step outside in the sunlight. Tell me, do you feel the hurt? Tell me, do you feel the pain? Yeah, when nobody sees you crying in the rain. Yeah, when nobody sees you crying in the
rain. Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe in the Shaw TV studio as you're watching Strip Down. We have to take our very first commercial break, but stick around. We got lots more from these guys, and we're going to try to play 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer with the first ever Regina act. I don't know how it's going to go. Might win, might lose, but that's coming up after the first commercial break. Lots more Strip Down. Stay tuned.
Don't go anywhere. More Strip Down after the break.
He's big, he's bold, he's a polar bear. And as much as we wouldn't want to run into him face to face, we also wouldn't want to see anything threaten his existence. Hard to believe an animal this big needs our help. But even though the polar bears live far away in the remote Arctic, we are having a negative impact on their lives. Our pollutants travel the oceans and atmosphere and enter their food chain. Plus, climate change is causing the ice they live on to melt earlier each spring. This makes it more difficult for the bears to catch their prey. If you're wondering how you can help, simple things like riding your bike, walking, or taking the bus instead of driving will do a lot for our environment and the polar bears. But that's just a start. If you go to hww.ca, you can learn more about polar bears and find ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Each day, thousands of Canadians take a few minutes to enjoy a cup of coffee. This September, the Alzheimer's Society is asking you to make that coffee break count by joining us to help those with Alzheimer's disease. All across Canada, there will be coffee breaks hosted by people like you, people who want to help raise money in support of the Alzheimer's Society. Join us. Make your coffee count. To find out more, contact your local Alzheimer's Society or visit www.alzheimer.ca.
For many of us, the haunting call of the common loon on a still lake captures the essence of the Canadian wilderness. Most loons mate for life, returning to the same lake year after year. But development, pollution, and human recreation are chasing the loons from their natural habitat, threatening their future. To learn more about the loon and discover how you can help protect Canada's wildlife, visit hww.ca.
You are watching Stripped Down. Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe here in the Shaw TV studios. Okay, before break, we heard song number 2. What was that?
I was Crying in the Rain.
And that is about something deeper than Crying in the Rain, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
there's many layers to you guys. Strip it down.
Actually, that's one of the songs that just kind of, like, there's some songs that come into a lot of thought where you're kind of trying to get into a story, and we've got some other songs we're playing tonight that are kind of more into a story. And this is just, it was actually raining when I wrote it, and it's a common theme where you're just upset and you've gone through a bad break or what have you.
And sometimes you run outside in the rain so people won't notice you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's.
I mean, that's what I hear.
Maybe it should be a country song more than a rock song. I don't know, but.
I'm starting to get paranoid though. So the title of song 2, Crying in the Rain.
Yes.
Title of song 1 was
Too Damn Fast.
And you guys sped to Saskatoon from Regina in the rain today.
There you go.
I'm telling you, you guys wrote these on the way here. You guys just jammed the whole way. Awesome. Okay, I alluded to it before the break. Let's jump into it. We have a weekly segment here called 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. I don't know if you guys know who Josh Palmer is because you're from Regina. He was there he is right there. He's a young gentleman here from Saskatoon. He was on the 3rd or 4th season of Canadian Idol. Did quite well. It off. Started his own band here. They're doing quite well. He's got a sound stage. Anyways, he was supposed to be the very first guest on Stripped Down. He backed out. Then he just kept pushing it back and pushing it back.
Like John McCain on Letterman?
Yes, exactly like that. So each week, we wouldn't have him on, but whoever we would get on would be like, oh yeah, and then Josh Palmer helped me on this record. They'd talk about him regardless. So we started making a game called the 3 Degrees of Josh Palmer. So we're looking for, if you've played with someone who's played with Josh Palmer, if you've played with Josh Palmer directly, or if you've had any interaction with the man, this is awesome, because you guys are from Regina. First of all, do you know who Josh Palmer is? Have you heard of him before?
I don't.
Vaguely, yeah.
Vaguely, okay.
Vaguely, yeah. I heard the name.
So I'm guessing this is going to be a no. You guys haven't really worked with Josh Palmer.
You?
There's got to be somebody. I mean, it's a small province.
Yeah.
Played with, quite a few players.
Yeah.
So
Now that we've got like people past Saskatoon, I should actually start getting a list of people he's played with. That would probably make this game move a lot quicker.
Yeah,
Who would the Regina's version of Josh Palmer be? Who's your Canadian Idol?
That'd be Matt Rapley. Or Matt Rapley.
Matt
Rapley, yeah.
We were in the studio at the same time as him, so that's...
See, there we go. Okay, 3 Degrees of Matt Rapley. Can we get the graphic up real quick? Matt Rapley? No? No? Oh, you guys, you're too slow. Okay, I'm going to have to play that from now on. We'll have to get a graphic for the Regina. 3 Degrees of Matt Rapley. I'm writing that down. Okay, let's talk about the band. How did you guys get together? Did it start just you? You fell in love with Bruce Springsteen's whole sound, attitude, appearance. Take me back. So you saw him live, I'm guessing, or was it just
yeah, I've seen him live a few times.
Okay.
Yeah. Second row twice now. Yeah. He's
Whatever.
quite a phenomenal. Yeah, he's quite phenomenal. Yeah, he's in his 50s and he's moving better than guys in their 20s, and he really set the stage for that live 4 hours of just rock and roll. Like,
What was the song? Brilliant Disguise?
Which favorite song of his? Actually, the song that got me into is my mom had a record of Born in the USA. So I had that, and I just played that over and over and over and over again. And then I didn't get too much into him after that. Kind of, you kind of, as you're younger, you get into other things like rap and stuff like that. And you kind of come back to. I kind of came back to that. Yeah, for sure. I can't pick a favorite song though.
We have so many people on here that admit they like rap and then scoff at it, like you just did. Do you ever break into rap?
No,
you
I don't
should.
break into rap.
You have
I know
any
there's
idea
really
how
good
much
rap
of a crowd
artists, but the rap that I listened
be?
to, the rap that I listened to when I was young, I could scoff at. It was like Heavy D, And like I was listened to very uncool rap. There is good rap out there, but I listened to not very good. LL Cool J in the backseat of my Jeep, like it was really bad. So it's just
Ladies love Cool J.
That. Yeah.
I'm telling you though, don't scoff at it. If you broke out into rap in the middle of one of your songs, the crowd would go crazy. Even if it was just like, if you dropped a beat,
like Ice-T Power.
Yeah, good stuff. Okay, back to Bruce Springsteen. Get the wheels turning.
I just started playing guitar to his songs. And then after you play guitar, some people, they just want to start writing songs. And to me, it was like you couldn't play some of the guitar parts that some of these guys are playing, but you could play your own, and you just kind of evolve that into songwriting. And then songwriting is a constant evolution where you're changing as you're doing it, and some of the things that you think are important, or some of the themes that you haven't done yet. It's a lot easier, I think, writing songs when you first start because there's so many different themes you can go after, and then so many different rhythms. But then once you start going after a while, you're like, okay, I've already done a song like that or about that or this rhythm. So you're constantly throwing away a lot of songs you would have kept in your earlier songwriting. But I started writing songs in like around 2000 and recording on a 4-track recorder, and kind of finding my own voice that way, and learning, like what your real voice is, because you find that you're somebody else, and you find your own voice. And then went to the studio in 2004, and I don't know, I've been kind of dabbling with that ever since. And putting together a band was like something that seemed impossible at the time, because I'd start asking around. And
if Bruce Springsteen was solo, would you have tried to form the band? Do you compare these guys to
yeah, well,
I'm
not trying to form an E Street band or nothing like that. No, and I like the solo acoustic stuff. I think his Nebraska album is one of the best albums that was ever made, and it's just him on his 4-track on acoustic guitar. Of course, his band is really good too, but you just take him on with his guitar, or Steve Earle with just his guitar, and you've got a great performer.
Steve Earle, another big influence.
Yeah,
but really
huge.
Quickly, going back to the E Street Band, if you had to pick one person from your band, would it be him that would be comparable to Van Zandt? Is that the guy that was on Sopranos? Would that be?
Who would you compare to who?
The guy that was on Sopranos. Wasn't his guitarist on Sopranos?
Yeah,
What's his name? Steve Van Zandt. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Would it be him?
Be him? Oh,
Comparable.
No,
if you had to pick one,
Matt,
the violinist.
Matt would never. Matt wouldn't be an E Street performer. He's more in the. I don't know. Matt listens to music, like he knows about like Springsteen and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that.
You don't have a crossover rocker actor ready to emerge.
Oh no! Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Yeah, if anyone in the band, him or our drummer would probably be the crossover actor if there was. Right. You probably play somebody that killed somebody.
No, I think children's television is what I'd be doing. Definitely children's television. I mean.
All right, let's get to another song before we continue. Song number 3. What are you queuing up?
This is World Shaker.
Okay.
This is off of our EP that we released in July.
Okay.
And it's currently being promoted in the States or what have you. Yeah.
I'll have a hard time linking this one to the drive down. So, all right.
Yeah.
Take it away.
Sure.
Always follow my heart, always led me astray. Felt the world's made twist and turn to go my own way. A reckless boy, my mama's favorite child. Well, I broke her heart so many times, she's got old and died. Whoa, I'm a reckless man. Whoa, I'm a world shaker, yeah. Crystal blue eyes, never seen a pair like mine. A wink and a smile get you in and out in the nick of time. But time goes by, you lose your precious charms with age. Now I can't seem to hold my own on this same troubled stage. Whoa, I'm a wanted man. Whoa, 10 years away. The bosses all around me trying to break my spirit, keep me down. Well, I'd rather die young than be old and being rolled into the ground. Whoa, I'm a world shaker, yeah. Whoa, I'm a world shaker, yeah. I buckled bowling, pierced my side. Felt my legs get weak as my veins bleed dry. All my troubles head on, so I guess just a matter of time. Well, if I'm gonna meet the devil today, boys, it's gonna be with a smile. Oh, I'm world shaker, yeah. Oh, I'm world shaker, yeah. Oh, I'm world shaker, yeah.
Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe here in Shaw TV studios. Tonight you're watching Strip Down. We have to take our second commercial break. We got lots more from these guys coming up right after this.
Stick around. We got more Strip Down right after this.
Did you know that the leatherback turtle is the largest reptile in the world? It is, and it's huge. Roaming many of the world's oceans in search of jellyfish, it can grow up to 2 meters long and can weigh as much as 5 refrigerators. But as large as the leatherback turtle is, it's still really vulnerable, especially to poaching, fishing gear, and garbage. So what can you do to help protect this gentle giant? Well, for starters, never litter. See this helium balloon? Harmless enough, right? Well, if a leatherback mistakes balloons for food and eats them, they can get stuck in his intestines, causing the turtle to die. So never release helium balloons into the air, because you don't know where they'll end up. And that's just a start. hww.ca, you'll find out more about the leatherback turtle and get ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Each day, thousands of Canadians take a few minutes to enjoy a cup of coffee. This September, the Alzheimer's Society is asking you to make that coffee break count by joining us to help those with Alzheimer's disease. All across Canada, there will be coffee breaks hosted by people like you, people who want to help raise money in support of the Alzheimer's Society. Join us, make your coffee count. To find out more, contact your local Alzheimer's Society or visit www.alzheimer.ca.
You're watching Stripped Down. Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe here in the Shaw TV studios. How are you guys feeling? We're over halfway.
Good. Getting warmed up.
Over
eh?
halfway. Oh, just warmed up. So by the time we go off the air, you'll be
boiling.
good stuff. We left off talking about influences. You talked in depth about Bruce Springsteen. Mentioned Steve Earle real quick.
Yeah,
He was,
Steve
he was
Earle
another
guitar
one?
playing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where like most of well, I'm not a good guitar player compared to Matt, but like acoustic wise, yeah, like little harmonies on the strings and stuff like that, like Steve Earle. Yeah.
Throwing it over to Matt. How about you? What did you grow up listening to?
Everything. A lot.
How vague?
Yeah, no, very vague. I mean, when I started choosing music for myself, I guess a lot of Hendrix, a lot of Miles Davis. I did spend some time with Springsteen. That was mostly my older sister's influence with that one.
You have a signed guitar?
Yeah, B.B. King.
That's crazy.
That's what I'm playing. Got him to sign my guitar.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Big fan, I'm guessing, too?
Yeah, he's great. A bigger fan after I saw him play, too.
Yeah?
Just the touch that he has on the instrument is quite phenomenal.
Right on. Well, we left off, too, about the history, how you guys got together. We got kind of through your solo stuff. How did you meet these other guys?
Matt actually was a studio musician that got hired. I needed a bass player, and the bass player that was recommended, he wasn't in town. And Matt's actually a guitar player, but he's a really good bass player. So they brought him in to play bass. And then, of course, once we got in there, he was playing guitar. And then for a few years, I was asking for him to join my band, but I wasn't quite good enough at the time. And Matt referred some really good guitar players my way. And then Matt's Matt hopped on board. Didn't have to twist his arm anymore. It's probably already twisted off.
Okay, did you have a blueprint of what you wanted? Like, obviously, the bass and the drums make sense, but why violin?
Just people that want to play and that like the music. We had a keyboard player who moved to BC. Doogie Taylor's amazing musician, period. But then he moved to Vancouver. And then we had a pedal steel player because I toured with, opened for a country band there for a little while. And then Suzanne, she's dating our drummer, and I had heard her play, and she wanted to play.
That's risky.
For her.
I think for him, I think we said if there's issues that he was gone now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, as long as you establish that early.
It's a really nice feel, and it adds it's a nice thing to see on stage. Is a violin player. It's like you're dancing as she moves as she plays, and it's just a different instrument to see on stage. And plus, it just sounds good. And it's that frequency that we needed.
Yeah.
So is this band done evolving then?
Yeah, it is.
You say that now?
I would say, well, no, it's never done evolving.
But I mean, like adding and subtracting, like you're not going to get a...
Depends if people leave. It's like, it's an open door. Like, I'm happy to play with people.
Are you looking for anyone else?
No, not right now. No. Matt,
someone plays the tambourine, the cowbell, then?
No, sorry.
The gong?
No. So it's just people that... not just people that I guess want to play, because like you're naming a lot of instruments that we probably wouldn't incorporate. But as someone leaves, like we could play with a 4-piece. We're touring with a 4-piece at the end of December because people are in school and people have jobs and stuff like that. Matt's a professional musician, so and he works with me on the side, so he's eager to play if he can, and I'm self-employed, so anytime I want to go play, I can. But there's 3 other members of the band that can't do that. So
you guys are extremely lucky, though, if you have a good, talented, reliable drummer, because there's a huge shortage of them here in Saskatoon anyways. I don't know what it's like in Regina.
I think there's lots of good drummers in Regina.
Really?
But Nat was somebody that...
you could export some then, because our local music scene is really hurting.
Well, you could get really busy as a drummer, like our drummer Nat. I think he was in 4 or 5 bands there 2 years ago, and now he's down to 3 now. And he thinks like that's nothing now. But yeah, they're like good ones are in high demand. And what can I say? I think it'd be like that way in any city. If you're a good player, if you're the best or like one of them, like you're going to be in demand. You could find work anywhere.
Let's go back and talk about the last song that came out from watching Cool Hand Luke.
Yeah, that's my one of my favorite movies. Yeah, so I wrote that while I was watching it, probably for the 5th time or what have you. It's a really cool show, and he's a really the character that Paul Newman plays is a very interesting character, and of course he passed away about a month ago now. So yeah,
I was looking really, really hard trying to segue into the Guns N' Roses talk, because as you know, Chinese Democracy is about to drop 15 years later.
For real? It's coming out? I haven't heard.
What is it, Colton? Yell it out.
November 23rd.
November 23rd. There we go. That was a good snapshot to Colton and Dan. Well done. November 23rd, after 15 years, Democracy finally dropped. The link is because, obviously, in the beginning of one of their songs, it starts with, "What we've got here is a failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach." Guns N' Roses fans. That's a quote from Cool Hand.
Was when I was younger. Like, I'm not a fan now, but I listened to him a lot when I was younger. Yeah, but not.
So we're not going to spend the next 20 minutes gushing about how awesome the fact that they're dropping Chinese Democracy is going to be.
No, you're never going to get me glowing about. I was never a fan. I think I was into SNFU when they were coming out. So I totally wasn't into that stuff.
All right. Well, hold on a second.
Yeah. So yeah, no, not excited.
I'm just totally joking. Let's get to some more music. What do you have next?
This one's Runners in the Night. It's going to be the title track of our album. That's going to be
The
coming
upcoming
out
album in February?
In February, hopefully, yeah. We're on schedule. So
well, let's nail this, and we'll talk about the album right after, okay?
Okay, sure.
All right, take it away.
Catch you in on 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Going to town with broken wing. She needed a way to get herself well. By sundown she left back from where she came. She had a promise to keep to herself. Where she buried beneath 8 inches of soil. To the keys the caddy did her oil. 3 6s on the side of faded white. And she became a runner in the night. Tank would never last her. She pulled the next town at this roadside bar. She would hit some cash, fuel the car. She was told that you could never go back. Once you got the keys to the devil's Cadillac. Her eyes never strayed to the light. She was just a runner in the night.
Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe in the Shaw TV studios tonight. We're having a lot of fun here. Stripped Down, episode 26. Last week was the big one, the 25th episode. It was my birthday, it was Laura's birthday. We had a balloon drop. We still haven't cleaned up. But here it is. The first ever musical act from the Queen City.
Yep.
Coming
good to
from
be here.
Regina, from the home of Mega Munch, the home of the IMAX Theater. Yeah, you're breaking
It's a short drive up and a long drive back.
Is that cutting us down or Regina down?
No, that's putting you guys up, not cutting Regina down. No.
To do that.
No. There would be like torches and pitchforks waiting for us.
People are pretty sensitive. People are pretty sensitive about the whole rivalry. I don't get it. I honestly, I like them both.
Yeah, there's like your rah pro town guy people, and then there's the people that gripe. But it's a decently like pro Regina town, which is good because people are from Regina that live there. So.
Well, yeah, we were actually talking about coming down here and talking to everyone in Saskatoon. That's why we're doing this TV stuff here.
Yeah.
We're going to gang up on Crake.
Crake, well,
you want to gang up on Crake? Or like, is there any other towns that we could really, the two of us could really just annihilate? Like,
Plunkett.
Plunkett.
The Regina Army.
Climax, Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Apparently someone was telling me there's a Crystal Lake in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
There's actually maybe 2.
I'm a huge fan of the Friday the 13th franchise, and when they told me that, I fell over. I know what I'm doing all next summer.
Yeah, I worked there once. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Moved a massive poplar in Crystal Lake. Yeah, it's my Swift Current.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you?
Actually, I electrocuted
was it you? Was it you and a bunch of sexy cab counselors? No. But I did. I dropped a branch on a high tension wire, and the tree started flaming around me, and I got like burnt on the hand and stuff like that. So yeah, it is a scary place. And then it went.
It is a scary place. Yeah. Okay. I was just happy to get out of that tree. Yeah.
Awesome. Bring it back around. New album coming out in February.
Yep.
How much work's gone into this? It's ongoing still, right?
Yeah, we started Thanksgiving weekend, and just one of those things that just keeping. I don't know, you just keep piecing it together and it'll get done. If you stop, then it could be years before you finish it off. Like, he's got a project that's going on 2 years right now.
Yeah.
So it's an inside joke. Just keeping it rolling, getting just organizing, booking studio time, trying to stay within a budget, and we want to get done by December, get out in January, because we release a song in July in the States, and there's a lot of stuff that comes out in July and September in the States, and you're on a stack that's maybe 40, 50 CDs high, and to expect them to try is really tough. January is like a way easier time to get some music played in the, well, I don't know anywhere, but in the US, yeah. So we're aiming for that. 'Cause we're the little guys.
We're gonna cram in some more music. Okay, Never Seen the Ocean is your big song, right? Is
Yeah.
that the one? That's the one we're saving for right after the last break?
Sure.
Okay,
yeah.
let's do one more. We'll go to break. We'll come back, and we will rock Never Seen the
Okay.
Ocean. So first things first, right before the break, what do we have here?
Oh, Got a Hold on Me.
Got a Hold on Me?
Yeah.
All right, take it away.
I thought we were in trouble there.
Whiskey on the table, some beer in the fridge, something in my glass, forget what it is. It's been like this, I don't know when, ever since I last saw you, when you said, Johnny, we're through, 'cause you got a hold on me. I don't go to sleep at night, I don't move for noon. My friends say, Johnny, you'll die soon, 'cause you've got a hold on me. And nothing is gonna set me free, set me free. Just look in my eyes, friend, and you'll see how she's destroying me. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, please help me. Whiskey on the table, some beer in the fridge, something in my glass, forget what it is. I find my will this home, and I find my way, yeah. I just wish, oh I wish it was yesterday, 'cause you got a hold on me. And nothing is gonna set me free, set me free, set me free.
Regina's own Chad Kichula,
Yep.
Matt Kipe, we're rocking it here in Strip Down. We have to take our last commercial break, but don't go anywhere, because as soon as we come back, Never Seen the Ocean, the single that rose up the U.S. charts early 2008. That's true?
Yeah, well,
All right. Yeah, that's what
AC
it's.
charts, yeah.
I cut and paste that from your website, so good stuff. All right, that's coming up right after this.
Cool.
More Strip Down after this. Big echo.
If you were asked to name the first butterfly that came to mind, I bet you'd say the monarch. Probably because its beautiful orange, black, and white wings are so memorable. But there's more to this little creature than just good looks. Even though they appear delicate, monarch butterflies undertake the grueling task of migrating thousands of kilometers to Mexico each year. To survive the long trip, these butterflies will need to feed on nectar from wild flowering plants. Problem is, Some people consider these plants pesky weeds and use herbicides to get rid of them. How can you help? Look into ways of making your garden butterfly friendly. Try planting butterfly weed, asters, and other flowering plants. And before you know it, many butterflies will be calling your backyard home. But that's just a start. When you go to hww.ca, you'll find out more about the monarch butterfly and get ideas on how to help protect Canada's wildlife. That's hww.ca.
Each day, thousands of Canadians take a few minutes to enjoy a cup of coffee. This September, the Alzheimer's Society is asking you to make that coffee break count by joining us to help those with Alzheimer's disease. All across Canada, there will be coffee breaks hosted by people like you, people who want to help raise money in support of the Alzheimer's Society. Join us, make your coffee count. To find out more, contact your local Alzheimer's Society or visit www.alzheimer.ca.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe.
Said I'll never see the ocean, so I said let's go. We drove the hundreds of miles that led us to the west coast. I always done everything at the drop of a hat. I guess I've always been a little insecure like that. Males of fiery red hair, males those chestnut eyes, allowed to break all the rules and wink away her lies. When she seen the mood on the water, she said stop the car. She ran down to the ocean. Well, I found a place to park. I met down to the beach. I seen her clothes on the ground. There was no one inside, but I could hear splashing around. I just sat on a rock and cracked a 40 rum. I nearly finished the bottle when I finally heard her come. We just sat there for hours until the sun rose. And then we packed up our things and just drove home.
Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe here in the Shaw TV studios. We're wrapping up another episode of Stripped Down. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah, we did. Thank you very much for having us.
The very first Regina act here on Stripped Down. I feel like if I was on the ball today, I should have brought little, silver spades. We could have like a sod turning or something. Anyway, okay.
Could have done that, yep.
It would have been awesome.
Yeah, or jackhammer.
Well, there's that too. Not that there are not jackhammers going on in the Shaw world right now. They're rebuilding our bathrooms behind us. Okay, new album dropping in January.
February.
Yeah. Okay, people can get it in Saskatoon, maybe?
Come to a show or CD Baby, iTunes. Like usually, I busted to try and get it on iTunes right away.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
major concern. The future now.
Yeah, I do like digital releases. Like both of my EPs are all digital. It's a cheaper way of doing things, and you get your music's around the world just like that. You don't have to worry about getting it in any store. But you could, like CD Baby's great too for getting your albums and stuff like that out there too.
It's going to be a tough Christmas season for you guys because you kind of were mentioning before we started rolling, you may have bit off a little more than you can chew. You're touring all through December, plus trying to wrap up the album.
Well, yeah, when you got a day job
and a day job,
you got 2 kids on the weekends, stuff like that. Yeah, it's music. You have to work to fit it in. Yeah. It's so easy just to. I can see. Some people, like, as they get older, they just kind of put the music on the side and they kind of, you know, like, things go on, and it's a little bit of work on a weekly basis to keep music on the top.
So November 23rd, Lydia is right here in Saskatoon.
Right.
December 5th, Hulbert's in Edmonton.
Yep.
Awesome. December 6th, Vern's Tavern, Calgary.
Yep, that's correct.
Then back to Regina. The 12th, O'Hanlon's. 18th, McNally's Tavern. Seems to be a lot of a place a lot of acts play, even Saskatoon. McNally's Tavern takes a lot of people.
Yeah, McNally's, yeah.
And then, big jump, March 4th, Bushwhackers back in Regina.
Yeah, it takes a while to get a show at Bushwhackers, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I booked that back in August, and that was the closest date he could give me, yeah.
They booked like 6 months ahead.
Yeah.
So feeling of the band going towards 2009, going to be a big year for you guys?
It could be, yeah. We'll just have to see how the new album's received. And kind of what singles we can possibly put forward and see where she takes us. Yeah.
What was this guy's obsession with grizzly bears? You mentioned again before we started rolling.
Well, no, I just said if you have any regarding grizzly bears, I'm a guy, like when they're talking, doing
you're like a grizzly bear
sort of thing, yeah.
Expert?
You're
just a fan from afar?
Yeah, I'd say more of a fan of grizzly bears. I wouldn't say an expert. I have a poli-sci degree, which really doesn't qualify me as any sort of biologist. I would say just, I know a lot about bears. You have to keep yourself safe.
I guess if you're out there working with trees.
Yeah. It's the West Coast Trail, I think, is where he's going.
And up at White Swan Lake or.
The strong tradition of finishing an episode stripped down on a confusing note. That's it. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching Strip Down. Thanks to the crew. Thanks to our sponsors, Mother's Music, Ralco Radio, and Ultimo Euromoda. Check us out at www.myspace.com/stripdownsask or click the link on the start.shaw.ca. For the last time tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Regina's own Chad Kichula and Matt Kipe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take this letter, put it in your pocket. Don't read it, darling, till I'm further up the road. You may not understand it, but I hope someday you'll forgive and know that for a man like me, this was no way to live. You try to tame what couldn't be tamed, and in me I tried to change what couldn't be changed. Now I know this burden on you is taking its toll, and I was born with a restless soul. No sense in reasoning with what can't be reasoned. It's a swoon that I made that just won't stop bleeding. I could never love you the way you cared for me. I always had 2 feet on the floor, but my heart was ever free. You try to tame what couldn't be tamed, and in me I tried to change what couldn't be changed. Now I'm idling my truck on this desert road with nowhere for the rest of us to go. as it was in my traveling days. There's killers on the highways and thieves on the trains. When I travel at night, I try not to look in the devil's eyes, believing he's in every headlight that travels by. The world tries to tame what can't be tamed, and me, I won't chain what can't be chained. Now, mister, you may not understand, but then you're not a restless man. The world tries to tame what can't be tamed, and me, I won't chain what can't be chained. Now, mister, you may not understand, but then you're not a restless man. And then you're not a